But some have suggested that planning and having a well-structured church service limits the move of the Holy Spirit. Order and structure inimical to the work of the Holy Spirit in the church?
That's a very interesting question because we associate the Holy Spirit with spontaneity. That if you are spontaneous, is the Holy Spirit. If you are prepared, it's not the Holy Spirit. So it's a very narrow way of understanding the work of the Holy Spirit. Now, if you look at the Holy Spirit's work, he's always worked in a context of order and proper protocol. So in the temples in the tabernacle of the Old Testament, look at the fastidiousness with which all those things were done. Everything was done meticulously. And it is when it is done perfectly and meticulously that the Holy Spirit manifests. So when Moses had meticulously gone through all the processes God says he should go through, the glory of God came upon the tabernacle. The same with David. Worship in David's time was very orderly, very meticulous. The early Pentecostals were mostly illiterates. And so from 1906 in Azusa Street in California, when this era of Pentecostalism started, they were mostly illiterates. And so there was a lot of spontaneity, with what they did. And God used their spontaneity. But it gave us the impression that if we are spontaneous, that's the Holy Spirit. If you plan, that's not the Holy Spirit. I've been influenced by many people in my Christian life. I mentioned Billy Graham. You wouldn't call him a Pentecostal, but he influenced me a lot in the way I preach and process my expression. The other person is Catherine Kuhlman, who I believe is one of the most phenomenal human beings that God used in the last century, the 20th century, to demonstrate the power of the Holy Spirit. And Catherine Kuhlman's healing ministry, as of now, I think is one of the most remarkable in its definiteness. And she took time to verify every healing. Didn't just take testimonies. There had to be doctor verification, doctor reports to verify this miracle has taken place. And quite outstanding things took place. And one of the marks of Catherine Kuhlman's ministry was order. In fact, if you went to her meeting and you said the Holy Spirit was upon you and started speaking in tongues, she would take you out of the service. Everything was very orderly because she said the Holy Spirit is an orderly spirit. And really, when you read through the Bible, the Holy Spirit moves in order. But somehow, people have developed the concept that if you are disorderly, what they call booga booga, that's the Holy Spirit moving. That is our own expression. But we shouldn't impose that on the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit doesn't need our disorder for him to be the Holy Spirit. You can be the most meticulous planned service and he would move. And he will move very powerfully because the move of the Holy Spirit is not associated with disorder and necessarily spontaneity.